Welcome in Laravel tutorial. In this tutorial, we will implement web push notification using OneSignal in Laravel. So let's proceed. So first, we need to access the dashboard onesignal.com in this website URL, and after that, you just need to log in, and you will just create organizations in here. So you can add here any organization. For example, XYZ is your organization name. So next thing, you have to add the app in here. For example, here I can create a new app. So add app. Okay, so click here then for new app, and here you can see add any app. For example, XYZ tutorial 1. This is my app name, and add here the organization XYZ, example your organization, and here set up the first channel. So we are going to implement here the web push notifications. So I am just selecting here the web channel and going to click on the configure. So it will redirect me in a setting page. Here I need to choose the integration. So I'm going to choose here the typical site where I wanted to implement this push notification, and here's the site information that I have to give. Site name, I'm implementing it in localhost, so I'm choosing here the localhost, and my site URL will be my localhost URL. So when you have given this link, it will give another option, treat the HTTP localhost as HTTPS for the testing. I'm going to enable it. So permission prompt setup, by default they will give you this one. I'm just reducing the time, for example 1 second, and you can change this text. For example, if you want to set here your own language, if you are not a English speaker, then you can add here your own language. So here is the option, the customize slide prompt text. So I just keep everything default, going to done. You can I'm just going to add another things, the subscription bill. Here will display it in the right side because it's location I have given the right side. So you also able to change the bill text. For example, when just you hover on it, you can see a text in here. This text you can change here, customize the bill text. Okay, so I'm just keeping everything as it is, that means default, and going to save it. So now welcome notification option, it's optional, but you can add. So when you will when a user will subscribe, then you can display this message. This message will be displayed. And then option 5, it's optional. I'm not going to change anything, but if you want to add the webhooks, so you can enable it and can add here the webhook URL where it will notify the changes. I'm not going to enable it now. Save everything, continue with the site URL. Okay, so my app is almost ready, but we need to do another 2-step, the upload files. So you need to download it and upload it in your public folder in Laravel, but I will just follow this step which they have mentioned in their SDK documentation. So it's the upload file option. You can see they have given an option, create the file with name, with this name, OneSignal SDK worker.js. So here is my public folder in Laravel. I'm going to add this name, and then I'm going to copy this line, import a script, and just add this service worker in my application. So going to close it, and then the next thing that I have to do, I have to add this code. So I'm going to copy this all code from here and just paste it in my layout. So I have now welcome screen, so I will display this push notification only in welcome screen now. So going to add it in here. Here's the simple code. You can see CDN in here, a Windows variable in here, and it's actually wrapped by a push function, and you can see a callback which will actually return a promise. So there is the initialize, the OneSignal initialize method. So you can see here we have to set the app ID. This app ID we will get it in settings and key and IDs. So this is the app ID. I'm going to copy this and paste it in here. Oh, copy again. Okay, so best practice is keep this app ID in your env file. I'm just going to give here. It's a rough example. Okay, just save it, and I'm just going to change a little bit in here. It's a promise, so I will change this callback function async function, and I will use here the await, and I will just console.log this OneSignal variable. So save it, go in here. Before that I will just reset the permission because I have tested it few time ago. So you can see they have given you this subscription pop-up. So after the subscribe you will see notification is blocked, so you need to allow this. So now if you just reload the page, if you just go in here and check the audience and subscription, so anyhow subscription is still not updated. So sometimes it may take time to update the subscription ID in the subscription record in OneSignal. So we are just waiting, or I'm going to reset, or I'm going to going in my cookie data, and I'm just going to remove it. Reload again, subscribe again, allow this site again, reload, and just check again it is update or not. So you can see my subscription status is updated in the OneSignal dashboard. So here is my subscription ID. So this subscription ID we have to receive in our in here. So if you go and open your inspect element, so you can see a class because we have just console.log OneSignal. I'm just going to add here the OneSignal.user. So now you will see an object, this one. So you can see here is push subscription attribute, and here's subname, ID, opt it in subscription in, and it's actually the present subscription status which is displaying true, and here is the subscription ID. So I will receive this subscription ID and I will save it in database. So here we need to push subscription, that's the, and I will select it the ID. So this will return the ID. Here is the push subscription, the attribute time, this is the push subscription, and I will go the ID. I will receive this ID. So now if you check, you can see the subscription ID. So you can save this subscription ID in your database, and then you can select this subscription ID and send the push notification. So however, I'm not saving this here in database. Assume that you have saved it using Ajax. You can save the data or subscription ID in your database. So now we will send the push notification for this subscription ID. So for that I'm going to follow another documentation they have provided for API. I will use here the REST API. So if you just, I given this video, I given this link in my video description, so just you can come in here, and this is the push channel properties that you can click. So after click here, if you see in the right table contents in right side and send the send based on subscription IDs. After click on here, you can see they have given a shell script example, JSON. So I will follow this. We will send a request, that means post request using Laravel. So we have to send a request something like that, the app ID, contents, and other things. So they have given another example. I think it's in below. So however, I'm just sending this request in this URL. So this is the URL that we have to send the request. So we will send a HTTP request using Laravel HTTP class. So I'm going to create a simple route in here, a simple get route that I will create in here. So let's create a simple get route. So my route name is /send notification, and it will in callback I have sent the request object, and here I have added the HTTP class. So you have to add the HTTP class in here. So it's a informal example. You can send the request here to a controller, an action that you can do, but I'm just giving this tutorial only in route. I will send the request using only route. I will not create any controller or action in here. So however, we will receive here from this request object, we will receive here the three query string. When we will send the request in our URL, we will actually send the three query string. First is contents, second is subscription ID, and third is URL. This URL means when you will send the push notification, when a user will click on the notification, where the user will redirect. This is the URL that we will send. So there's the three variables here. Contents, we'll send a contents query string. Subscription ID, you can see I have changed it to array, because you can see we have to send it in array. So here is the options. Okay, so then this is the URL, and then we'll send here the simple HTTP request. So this is the simple Laravel HTTP request. This is the post request. We are sending this request in this URL, and here we need the app ID. I'm just going to add my app ID from here in settings. This is my app ID, and this is the subscription ID that I will send in URL. This is the contents, and this is the URL. And you can see the authorization is the basic, and this is a key that we have to take from here, the REST API key, because we are using here the REST API. I'm going to copy it and just paste it in here, and that's it. So our URL is ready. Now you will send the push notification for this user. So I'm going to create a URL. So let's create a URL in this text bed. So my URL should be something like that: localhost 3000, my port, and the send notification. And the first query string is I have given the hello world, and second the subscription IDs. I'll send here the subscription IDs. So you can see here is my subscription ID. Okay, I'm going to copy it and paste it in here. And the final thing, this is the URL. So this is the example.com that I have given. So after save, sorry, not save, I'm just going to copy this line and going to add in URL. Now hit on this URL: localhost 3000, ports and notification, contents, subscription IDs, and URL. So if everything is okay, then you should receive a push notification. So let's hit on enter. Oh, so you can see the push notification in here, the hello world. And if you click in here, you should redirect in example.com. Okay, so let's try again. So I'm just changing to hello world to hello again, hit on enter. So okay, so I think subscription ID has changed. So let's take the subscription ID from here again. So hit on here and you should receive again the hello again. So another thing, if you are using Mac, then if you are not receiving any push notification, that you should see the settings, your notification settings. So here you can see for the Chrome, this allow notification has enabled, so you have to check it that it enable or not. So this is the one things that you have to see if you are not receiving any push notification. If you are using the iPhone, so for iPhone this receiving the push notification is little bit complicated, but they have given a instruction that how you will receive it. So mobile web push notification for iPhone and iOS. So you can see you have to add the manifest file. They have given an instruction in here, so you can check it. You have to add the manifest file, and then there is some instruction that how you will receive the push notification in your iPhone device. So there is a little bit complicated process in here, so you have to check it. So it's not difficult, just add the manifest file and just save your application in your home screen, and then just open it. Then you should see the push notification is working in your iPhone device. So that was the today's tutorial. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, I know that it's a very big chapter, the OneSignal push notification and the REST API. It's a huge documentation, but for now I think it's very easy way to how you can implement the push notification for a group of user or for a single user that you can use. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Welcome for the next tutorial.